Hello, everybody. So good to see you again today, this weekend as well. Hi, let's see. I see Annie Bear, and I see just visiting Fatima. So good to see you. Just visiting. Took the ferry to San Francisco and had lunch in the city. Oh, you missed the live. Well, you'll have to watch it later. It turned into quite an interesting chat. So I think if you're wondering what we're talking about, what I'm talking about, I was on with Kim today, Kim Carey of Intuitive View, and it was really nice. And hi, Amanda Carroll. She was there. I saw a few of you in there, so it was great. Really nice. I love chatting with her because we can go deep. we went deep after the live too. We were going there. So it's really nice. Anyway, really fun. I love talking with Kim. How are we all? How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Thank you for I did my readings yesterday on Saturday. I'm sorry I flip-flop from Friday and Saturday, but I'm trying. I have a life, somewhat of a life, not a lot of a life, but sometimes I have to do it on a different day. But hi, Rosaire. Good to see you as well. And Mountain Sunshine. And looks like people are just coming in, and it's great to see you, Fatima. Did I say hi, Fatima? Yeah. So tonight is our weekly TarotScopes, and you know what? I have a banner up that's wrong, so I'm gonna hide that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Changed it. Good. All right. Hot. Is it hot where you are? We have a refreshingly cool day and that never left the 70s today here in Colorado. Really nice, a little overcast. Really good, nice day. So I assume that whatever you're getting, Amanda, over there on the West Coast is going to make its way over here as well. Hello, let's see. Margaret D, good to see you. And the Mystical Soul, hello. Nice to see you. Okay. Well, it's fun to see some of your faces twice in a day, so it's really fun. As I was saying, well, we'll talk in a minute. Hi, Lucy. Good to see you. I'm happy to join you guys live this week. I go back and forth. Last couple weeks, I recorded, but I've been kind of busy, so I did not. I didn't record it this week because when I do the TarotScopes or any of these in a recorded format, it takes like 3 or 4 times as long to get it together. Even if I don't do much editing, it just takes a whole lot of steps to get it on YouTube. So today I'm running short on time, and it's easier just to join you guys, and I love meeting you guys live. Anyway, so 85 at the moment, 503. Yeah, that's warm. Now, I'm from the East Coast originally. I was born in Washington, D.C. and raised in the suburbs. I just bumped my camera, sorry. And 85 or 82, whatever, at night in August would be the norm. And the humidity, off the charts. Hey, Mountain Sunshine. Oh, so nice. Thank you. Thank you for joining. And Gina Halleck, of course. How are you? Thank you. Yeah, we didn't answer that many questions today on Kim's channel. We just got going. We just got on a roll, and you can tell we both. It was interesting when we were doing our dowsing rods because they weren't really wanting to answer some of the questions we were asking. It was very interesting, though. So, Mystic Shining, good to see you as well. John Scarborough, how are you? I'm related to him by marriage. All right. So, again, this is our weekly TarotScopes for the week of August 11th through the 17th. Can you believe we're almost in the middle of August now? I mean, time just gets faster and faster. Kim and I were talking about that on her channel. Ever since, kind of after COVID, the COVID, lockdowns let up, it just speeds right up. And I think I said hi to you just visiting, didn't I? But hi. Yes, times are too fast. Thank you, Gina. You're so sweet. Okay, so this week, again, we're still in really interesting times, and the astrology bears this out. So let's see what I wanted to talk to you. Well, first, I want to tell you a few things about what's going on this week. So, oh, hi, Carol Lamb. I saw you over on Kim's channel. Thank you so much for joining. Good to see you. Lucy caught the end of the collab. Yeah, watch that. We start doing some dowsing rods by the second half. We were, asking some mostly political questions. I'm not going to lie. Little Epstein mixed in there. And the dowsing rods were acting really funny. They were very reluctant, which just shows how sensitive this matter is. Okay, so as I said, this is your weekly TarotScopes for the week of August 11th through the 17th. And yes, I'm happy to be here live with you. Next week, the TarotScopes will be recorded because I will be out of town from Thursday afternoon on. Oops, the dogs are barking next door. I don't know if you can hear it. So I'll be out of town visiting our son in New York, and I'm so excited to see him. We haven't been to see them in him and his girlfriend in New York yet. They moved there last year. So I am just so excited to see Chris and Willa. Isn't that a cute name, Willa? And so, hi, Alex. Good to see you. So we will be going to, whoops. I feel like an animal just came in here. Maybe not. So we'll be going to New York, and I will unfortunately miss our personal readings. So on Friday or Saturday, as the case may be, because I just don't know what we'll be up to. Sounds like we have a pretty busy schedule, and I don't know where I'll be. So if I'm able to hop on impromptu, I will. I'll try to do some lives though, so you can see the sights with me. Do some little short lives. Yeah. No, I guess they're short. They're short recordings. And like I said, I see more people popping in. If you missed it, go watch Intuitive View. Let's Chat on Sunday with Kim. That was super fun. Oh, Mystic Shining, are you from New York? Yeah. It's been a while since I've been, I'm from DC, like I said, but we've lived in Colorado for over 20 years now. And so, when I go back east, when we go back east, we go where family is, which is kind of in the Mid-Atlantic area. So, hi, Bernadette. Good to see you. So anyway, the schedule will be a little bit mixed up this week, and I appreciate everybody's patience as I figure that out. And I want to say, if you are new here, welcome, and welcome back to all you regulars. Thank you so much. So it's really a great pleasure to be here and see all your familiar names, and I would say faces, some of your faces, um, each week. So thank you for joining, and thank you for your support and all of the YouTube things, the thumbs up, the subscriptions, the notification bell, and comments as well, of course. So thank you so much. All right. I want to talk a little bit about the astrology that's kind of a continuation of what was happening last week, and it will carry on for a little while. Just visiting the author Willa Cather. I know, I always think of that too. I don't think that's where her mother got the name, though. She doesn't. She said that wasn't how it came up for them. Mystic Shining used to visit once a year. Yeah. We used to go. When I lived in DC, we would take the train up. It was so easy. And the trains on the East Coast are so inexpensive, very reasonably priced, and they go on all the time. Out here in Colorado and the West, I feel like they're very expensive. Amanda, you like Willa Cather too. All right. So the astrology, we're still in, we talked about Lionsgate, the 8/8 portal, right? That was last Friday. We're still in that energy. Yesterday, we had that full moon in Aquarius. That's revelations, rebellion, right? It's all it is doing is activating more of this energy. It doesn't happen on the day. Sometimes it does, but usually it just kind of opens the portal for that energy to come through and start to activate the experiences that we're having on Earth. It influences us in some way. Both the Lionsgate and that full moon encourage us to release the old and make way for our wants and desires and dreams for the new, right? So it says we are still, the other thing I wanted to say is we're still in that grand trine that we talked about last week. If you saw last week's, we have a grand trine currently. It's starting to fade, but it'll still be with us through the week with a kite. So again, I should have pulled up an image, but it physically looks like a kite in the astrology. And that's activating all of the powerful outer planets. And the reason it's staying with us so long, it's not like a day's energy, it's lasting for a few weeks. More impactful is because the outer planets move very slowly. So that energy really has time to take root and make changes. Mystic Shining. When I was 15, I took the train to Boulder, Colorado with a friend. Oh, wow. Boulder's fun. Yeah. It's about 40 minutes away from me. Good old Boulder. It's a party town. It's a party school. University of Colorado. Okay. So I digress. Anyway, the other thing that's still happening that we talked about last week is that Mars, that aggressive and action-oriented planet, is still in that formation of a tense opposition with Saturn and Neptune. Mars sitting on one side, Saturn and Neptune sitting together in this first degree of Aries, the very first sign of the zodiac in the very first degree, right? And it's activating. Mars is activating, setting into motion, but it's tense as well. It can be tensious. So, Carol, New York City, Manhattan, and that's where they live. We're going to be touring around. So it's forming this tense energy, and it's sitting for a little bit, right? They're going to hang out there for a little while and just continue activating each other. I remind you that Saturn and Neptune sitting together in the first degree of the first sign of the zodiac signifies that we are entering a new era marked by intuition, creativity with lasting effects. The lasting effects is brought by Saturn. Seriousness, like really seriousness of purpose. Okay. Both of those two planets right now, Saturn and Neptune, are retrograde, so they will briefly leave that position this year, but both will return and stay for a while back into Aries. And just a reminder that these two planets, even that they're sitting very close to each other, activating each other right now, but they will that conjunction will become exact in February of next year, which is a once in a lifetime event. But like I said, it's close enough to feel that energy now, but it'll go exact in February of next year. So I'm just really curious to see what we see happening at that time next year. Okay. We do have 4 planets retrograde as of tonight: Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Mercury. We've been talking about that. But Mercury stations direct and leaves its retrograde tomorrow, the 11th, Monday the 11th. Hi, Polly. Good to see you. If I missed anybody, hello, hello, hello. All right. And like I said, see last week's video, a TarotScopes video about all this, because I do go into the details. Because these are, like I said, these are slow moving planets, and these energies are hanging out with us for a little while, right? They're really kind of rumbling beneath the surface. Okay. Oh, right. And I do want to say happy birthday to all of our Leo babies. If you have a birthday this week, please do something wonderful for yourself. Treat yourself to that chocolate cake or the massage or whatever it is that you enjoy doing. A hike in the woods. You do you. Okay. Carol Lamb was doing laundry. Nice. Okay. I have laundry to fold too. Haven't gotten to that. I hate folding laundry. Can I just tell you? I don't know why. I don't mind doing it. I just hate folding laundry. But I always do it. My hubby does too. Right, John? Hi, Adelia. Good to see you. All right. So, like I said, treat yourself nice. If you have a birthday this week, I hope you have fun. Do we have any Leo birthdays this week? I think we did last week. All right. Monday, I want to talk about the astrology of the upcoming week. So that was a little recap, and we will still be in that energy. Hi, Gina Fish. Putting away laundry is a chore. Yes. Okay. So Monday, August 11th, as I just mentioned, Mercury will station direct in the sign of Leo. And so I'm curious, has anyone had any miscommunications, travel delays, technical snafus? I have to be honest, I had a really bad time with Mercury retrograde last year, with all those refrigerator issues and cars and all the things. But it hasn't really affected me as much this year. And that's probably because some of the other planetary configurations that are helping out. You're from Fairfield, Connecticut. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you, Carol. So anyway, but because, as many of you know, even though Mercury will be turning direct tomorrow, it still takes a few more weeks to get out of its shadow period. We're still asked to hold off on signing contracts and making big purchases or decisions until the 25th of this month. And that's when it starts moving forward. Just visiting, you just cleaned out 30,000 old emails. Wow. I think my email would have blown up. Oh my gosh. Oh, Annie Bear, you've been tearful because the tree you planted has to be cut down. I'm sorry. Oh, that's too bad. Her name is Elephantina. That's an interesting name. Did I pronounce that right? Does she look like an elephant? I love it. Oh, and you have a dying dogwood tree, Carol. I have not seen any dogwood trees out here in Colorado, in Denver. They don't grow here. I don't know. It's too arid or something like that. Hi, Enrique. Nice to see you. Oh, you were on Kim's channel. Thank you for joining. Okay. So, we're talking about the astrology of this week. We just talked about the 11th when Mercury goes stations direct. Also on the 11th, we have, and we've been in this energy for a little while, Saturn sextiles Uranus. Okay, it's a harmonious aspect when Saturn and Uranus are in a sextile formation. This brings opportunities to sharpen your intellect, and it may come in surprising and sudden ways, um, but it brings a practicality. It's breakthrough energy, developments, innovation, but it brings sensibility and practicality. That's what Saturn brings to the party. Okay. Um, but this is when a good time for novel ideas and things like that. Uranus is exciting, unique. It really kind of seeks new things. Okay. Oh, thank you, Gina. You are so sweet. Thank you. On Tuesday, August 12th, Venus will form a conjunction with Jupiter at 14 Cancer. Okay, 14 degrees Cancer. And wow, this is lovely, lovely energy, right? Venus and Jupiter are our two planetary benefics. They bless us with their energy. And this week, they'll bring blessings of luck, love, beauty, money, all of the good things in life. Okay, so that's very, very nice. This happens a couple times a year, but in Cancer, it brings that energy to home and family and children and those kinds of things. And the fact that it's in the 14th degree can mean that it's especially beneficial for financial gain or for gifts, right? So open your heart to receiving that energy right now. Maybe there's a tax refund coming, or a surprise bonus check or something like that, or maybe you'll get a raise. Okay. Especially true if you have strong Cancer in your natal chart, or any of the water or cardinal signs. Okay. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cardinal signs are, let me see, sorry, Cancer, Libra, who am I missing? Capricorn. I think Capricorn. Am I correct? Okay. Check me if I'm wrong. All right. I happen to have two cardinal signs in my chart. Okay. I'm a Libra sun and a Cancer rising. So you're a moon child, Enrique. Are you Cancer? Uh-oh. Are you Cancer as well? The moon rules Cancer. Okay. All right. And check where 14 Cancer falls into your chart to see what area of your life will be most affected. Since my Cancer is my rising sign, this is happening in my first house. Very, this is about self, about who I am, how I express myself, etc. Okay. How I see myself. Hi, Liz Reeves. Good to see you. How are you? Yes. Cardinal. Aries. I forgot Aries. Thank you, Gina. You are, I knew I was missing one. Okay. Okay. Moving right along. So that's Tuesday, Venus conjunct Jupiter. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Wednesday, August 13th, Mercury will form a sextile with Mars. So this is fast, 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 quick energy. Oh, Daniel, where does one find these charts? I like to use an app, or a website called astro-seek.com. It's free. Just say find my natal chart, and you put in some basics. If you know what time of day you were born, the city you were born in, and of course the day you were born in, which most people know, you'll be able to figure this out. Okay, there are lots of free natal chart calculators out there. Okay. All right. So, as I said, on Wednesday, we have a Mercury sextile Mars event happening, and this is fast energy. Mercury is fast. You've ever heard of Quicksilver? That's Mercury, right? And Mars is also fast because it's all about action. It wants to run, not walk, right? They both move fast. Mercury, quick thinking, fast moving communication, messages, and Mars, it just wants to run everywhere. It just wants to go, go, go. Doesn't like to wait, right? Little impatient, little pushy. But anyway, this harmonious aspect means that we may start receiving messages or communication now that propels us forward and gets us unstuck, right? Especially since Mercury's been in retrograde. Mars, like I said, can be pushy, so really take heed. Make sure that your communication is not, you're not being too aggressive in your communication right now. But it's a very good time to put pen to paper, give a speech, write, start a blog, do things where you're communicating or thinking, right? Sleuth out a solution to a problem that's been plaguing you. Okay. Also, more Venus information here. Also, Venus and Jupiter, because they're sitting together this week, are forming a trine to Black Moon Lilith. Now, I don't talk about Black Moon Lilith very often. It's actually not a celestial body, but it's a calculation in relation to the moon. But it has some significance here because, with all the Venus energy, I feel like we need to bring this up. Okay, Black Moon Lilith represents the expression of hidden things, taboo, and forbidden desires, but it also is the archetype, the feminine archetype, right? Especially the feminine archetype that maybe has been rejected or outcast, that sort of energy, right? It also is about rejecting societal norms, such as the patriarchy or oligarchy or things that suppress. Okay. And the reason I'm bringing that up, because while it's in this harmonious aspect with Venus, which is also the feminine architect, rising feminine, this is energy this week that I think activates that rising feminine energy. And while we're in the energy, we're in the story of the year, maybe, is this Epstein matter. It's very prevalent right now. And we're talking about what? Women or girls in that case, right? Abused women and girls whose voices have been squelched. So I bring this up because when I notice that Venus and of course Jupiter is in aspect with Black Moon Lilith, whose voice has been squelched, who is rebellious against these has been rejected, and these societal norms have not worked well for her, it could mean that we start to see some of these stories bubble up to the top. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Okay. Another Venus story as well. So we had the Venus conjunct Jupiter, this Venus trining the black moon Lilith, and also on Friday, August 15th, Venus forms a trine with the North Node. Okay. So again, Venus figuring strongly here this week, the feminine archetype being activated in a very fortuitous alignment with the North Node, which is where we're headed, our path in life, our purpose. Why, so Venus femininity, did I say that word okay? Activating the North Node and vice versa suggests that divine feminine is where we're headed as a society, as a planet, as a people, right? It's bringing balance back between masculine and feminine. It also brings blessings, let us not forget, in relationships, money, creativity, beauty, and all the good things. Okay, this is not man bashing, folks, but it's bringing balance back. Okay. And hi, Joyful Journey. Good to see you pop in. Thank you for joining. Yeah. North Node this is in the chart for all, if you're on planet Earth. Okay. And this is in the Western astrology. Okay, so that was kind of a lot. I feel like I just wanted to say that because we had so many Venus aspects this week, and talking about where we're headed and revealing and oppressed. It just feels right to me. So let's see what happens this week, and as we're going forward, right? The activation is now, the energy lingers. Okay. So now we're going to move on to our weekly TarotScopes for the week of August 11th through the 17th. Remember that these are general readings for your sun, rising, and moon signs, or for any planet that figures prominently in your chart. Remember that we all have unique birth charts, so please take what resonates and leave the rest, and consult your personal chart for more detail. I start on a different sign each week, and today we will start with Virgo. I know we have a few Virgos in the room, so lucky you. I will be using my I can't get it out. My Dreaming Way Tarot. So you can see this one. And I always pull 4 cards for each sign of the zodiac. The first card will be the energy of the week. What is the energy of the week? Second card is, what are the cautions? And if there is not a caution, what should I be aware of this week? Third card, what action should I take? And the fourth is, what does Spirit want me to know this week? Okay, getting started. I've shuffled the cards a bit. I shuffled before we start. And remember that I do shuffle the cards in between each sign of the zodiac. So, and when I put the cards back, I put them back in random order. So when the cards start to come back out again and again, we really all have to take note of that energy. Okay. So Virgo, energy of the week for you. Well, we don't like this, do we? The 10 of Swords. Okay. 10 of Swords suggests defeat. Maybe you've been, or complete and utter downfall. This is something someone may have done to you. All right. Sorry, Odelia. You've got a lot of Virgo in your chart, right? What has somebody done to you that's really made you feel defeated? Now, and of course, it's usually somebody else, but sometimes this is yourself. You have self-defeating thoughts, right? Swords are about thought energy. What are the cautions that you should take this week? Liz, wow. Gina, we're probably just here to learn for a moment. Yes, true. Well, this does not look like a caution, but it could be. Caution, or what should you be aware of? The Emperor. So if this is a caution, this could mean that there's somebody who's domineering in your life, somebody who really maybe is a little bit too in control. This is a masculine energy. Could be a man, could be a woman. But somebody with masculine in control energy. This could be you as well. This could be you maybe holding on to the reins a little bit too tight. So just be aware of that this week, Virgo. What action should you take? Well, the Ace of Cups. It's saying this is a cup of emotions running over, right? It's saying, remember the good times. Remember that you have all that you need, that you're happy. Maybe you have, a wonderful, person in your life, or you have people around you or things around you that just make you happy, your pets, right? It's just saying take the joyful moments, but it's also recognizing that this is a new start in a joyful area, okay? Aces are new energy. And Spirit wants you to know with the Four of Pentacles, right? This is a card of stability. Four of Pentacles is sometimes it's holding on a little too tight, but Spirit wouldn't tell you to do that. It's saying recognize that you're entering into stable ground with this new energy. So maybe you are very emotional, something hurt you, someone hurt you. Stability, new starts in a happy area that are bringing stability to you are on their way. Hi, Craig. Good to see you. Okay. What did Gina say? I need to see this. Oh, you said you don't feel like you belong at times. I hear you. I think everybody feels that way every once in a while. Yes, we are moving on to Libra, Annie Bear. Libra next. Okay. All right. So, Virgo could start off a little bumpy this week, but things get better. It ended with a message of chin up. It won't stay like this forever. In the kitchen for a minute. What you cooking, Annie Bear? Okay. What did I just say? I put the cards in separately, and then I shuffle. And when they come out again and again, we need to take note. So Libra, the energy of the week for you is this Ace of Cups. Okay, this is that new energy in a new area, a new emotional energy, right? So perhaps this is a new person coming into your life. This could be, just something in your life that makes you feel good, like eating the chocolate cake. I must have chocolate cake on the mind right now. Eating the good foods, or seeing friends, or all the things that just fill your cup. Okay, getting out in nature, all the things. Okay. Good night, Carol Lamb. Yes. Yes, Odelia, you're just going to push through for the week. Hopefully that wasn't for you. Okay. What are the cautions this week for you, Libra? You've got the Seven of Cups. So there might be a lot on your plate, maybe too many options, a lot. You're juggling a lot of things right now. Be aware that you can you don't have to do it all at once. You can put some of these cups aside and kind of take care of one at a time, right? The other caution is don't be deluded by things that maybe, if they appear to be too good, recognize that. Okay. All right, that's the caution of the week. What action should you take? Boy, we've got all Okay, Libra, you've got all cups this week. I just noticed that. All right. Lots of emotion. Well, you get the Knight of Cups, so the offer is coming in, and what action should you take? Is if it feels right, take it. Right, accept the offer, and accept it for what it is. Sometimes we don't recognize when, maybe somebody's asking you out on a date, and but they can't really quite get around to it. You need to recognize when somebody's making a move, or maybe maybe somebody's trying to buy your house. You've had your house on the market. Maybe you've got just somebody new in your life that's bringing in all those good emotions. Recognize it. And look what Spirit wants you to know this week. 3 of Cups. It's a time to celebrate. Celebrate with friends, get together and celebrate all the good things that are coming your way this week. Your cup is running over this week. So, and again, everybody take note, even if you're not a Virgo or Libra, now we have Ace of Cups twice in a row. Let's see if it comes out again. Okay, Scorpio. Okay, here we go. Give it a quick shuffle. Oops. Cards are already trying to pop out. That one wanted to come. Okay, Scorpio. Yes, it does, Gina. Good week with positive emotions. That is a lot of cups. Yes. Like I said, we're going to be traveling to see our son this week, our son in New York, Chris, and his girlfriend. So my cup will be full. I'm excited to see them. Yeah. Okay. Annie Bear, savoring these final summer weeks of summer vacation with the grandkids. Okay, here we go. Oh, joyful journey, you too. Libra, sun and rising. Good for you. Okay. All right. So energy of the week for Scorpio is this 2 of Wands. This is saying start making the plans, right? You need to start laying down the groundwork for, something that you want to do. Is it travel? Are you making travel plans, booking those flights? Are you looking at a road trip, perhaps? Maybe mapping out a road trip around the country? What is this for you? And look at this caution for you, Scorpio. The Death card. Okay. I always say don't be afraid of the Death card. It's saying, heads up, some changes are coming. Something's going to come in and change things for you this week for some of you Scorpios. Okay. Oh, you're a Scorpio rising, Mystic Shining. Okay. So just be aware that the change is coming. Know that it's coming and just brace yourself. This can be a 180. All right. Maybe you quit your job and you're offered the job of your dreams this week. It feels nice because you've got some nice cards surrounding it. And here we are. What action should you take? The 9 of Pentacles says, you worked hard for it. So now really relax and enjoy the good things that you've built for yourself. This could be material things because of the Pentacles. This could be a beautiful house and a lovely garden and all of the, the things. It could be your good health. Maybe you've done you've been on a really good, strict diet for a while and you've done the exercise and you've worked, or you've come out of a health matter, but now you should enjoy it. And what does Spirit want you to know this week? Okay, this is beautiful energy for you, Scorpio. The Queen of Cups says, they want you to know that you should nurture yourself, nurture this energy that you're sitting in, nurture those around you. The Queen of Cups is very kind. She's loving. She's deeply intuitive as well. So this reminds me of you, Annie Bear, right? Taking care of the kids, the grandkids. But also sit in your intuition, sit in your heart space this week, right? Very nice. Okay, change for some of you Scorpios, the changes coming in hot. Transformation. All right, moving on to Sagittarius. Thank you so much, Gina Halleck. You are the best. It's very helpful, especially when I miss one. I either miss Aries or Taurus. I don't know why those tend to get missed. Okay. Sagittarius. There's Amanda holding down the Sagittarius fort this week. All right. What are the what is the energy of the week? You too get the Emperor. We saw that with Virgo, right? But the energy of the week is somebody who's in control. I always feel like this card says, I'm large and in charge, right? This is somebody who, this could be your energy or someone around you. I feel like it's yours, Sagittarius. This is saying, whatever it is that you've been dealing with, now you're in control. Maybe you've kind of, let's see, Amanda, you're in a relatively new job. Maybe now you're really kind of owning it, right? You know what you're doing. Now you really feel you're feeling it. Okay. This could be about any area of your life, though. Hi, Janet TC. How do I often turn on this show to the point where right when I'm on Sagittarius? Your intuition is on 11, Janet. You just know when we're talking about you. All right. Scorpio and Libra makes sense to you, Mystic Shining? Okay. All right. Well, look at this caution. This is kind of like our Scorpio friends. Speaking of change, right? The Tower card comes. Tower brings in fundamental change. It's something you may not see coming, right? So hold on to your hat a little bit. But I always say the Tower comes to make changes that are needed in your life. Okay. That's your caution for the week. Now, what action should you take? The Five of Cups is often about sitting in grief or sadness, or really just out of sorts with life. But the Five of Cups always says, look, I have two upright cups full, even though I have three that are spilled. It's saying recognize the good things in your life. Have gratitude for that you do have. If maybe your car breaks down. I don't want to put these things out in the universe, but maybe your car breaks down, but a friend lends you one, or you have a really good friend who can help fix your car or something. Have the recognition and gratitude for those good things in your life. And what does Spirit want you to know? Right? The Knight of Pentacles says that abundance and the material success, those things are coming. You just have to be a little bit patient, right? The Knight of Pentacles is slow, but it's because it's methodical. It's that it's the what do you call it? The tortoise and the hare, right? He's the tortoise, but he wins in the end because he did it the right way. Okay. Yes, have gratitude. Now, like I said, this might not be for every Sagittarius, but if you can place it, then you can, own it. Okay. So it's coming. That's what I want to say about that. Whatever that is, it's coming. It's coming. Be patient. Yes. Knight of Pentacles. At least there's a horse. All right, Capricorn. Moving on to good old Capricorn. Another one of our cardinal signs, yes? Okay. Whew, these are big cards for you this week, Capricorn. Wow. Okay. energy of the week is this 10 of Pentacles. Now, when we see 10 of Pentacles, it usually means um, your legacy. Your legacy, all of the resources at your disposal. It could mean that you're feeling flush, Capricorn, as so many Capricorns do, all right? You are the bank managers, right? You're the business people. But the 10 of Pentacles does speak of family too. So this week could be centered around family for you, Capricorn. What are the cautions, or what should you be aware of this week? Now, this is the third sign we've had with big change. So Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Capricorn, you get the Wheel of Fortune. Again, big fundamental change. The karmic wheel is turning for you this week. All right. Put that into your own understanding of what's going on in your life, your own context. This could be some changes within your family. Okay. What action should you take? When we see the Hierophant, it says look to the order and the structure and the higher power. Hi, Danny Shay. How are you? You're having garlic burgers? Oh, nobody kiss Danny Shay. He's having garlic burgers. All right. So the Hierophant, it says in what action should you take? It's saying tap into your higher power or talk to a mentor. Look to the big structure for messages for you this week. Very nice. Okay. As you go through these big changes with the Wheel of Fortune. And Spirit, now this is an interesting message from Spirit for you, Capricorn. You get the Devil. Okay. Spirit is basically saying, these changes and this good life is coming for you with the 10 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune if you can get out of your own way. The Devil is about being tied to, this is addiction, this is fear, this is a negative mindset. This is, eating all the ice cream. You're sitting down and eating the whole, half gallon of ice cream every night. These are the bad habits that we sit in. So why would Spirit want you to know that? They want you to recognize that you have the ability to break these habits and move forward. Okay. To experience these beautiful changes. Oh, what is Danny Shay eating for dinner? Oh, only if it includes chocolate cake. That's funny. Danny Shay, are you in Mount Shasta again? Or are you just pulling my leg? All right, I'm about to sneeze. Give me a sec. Bad habit of eating garlic burger. That is a bad habit because this particular restaurant that we're talking about, guys, that's in Mount Shasta. I can't remember their new name. Holy smokes. They will blow your face off with garlic. I mean, I'm talking so much garlic that it burns. Fermented garlic. It's crazy. All right. Homemade garlic burgers. That's probably better. Okay. Aquarius. It's changed the name. It's not Yaks anymore. It was called Yaks, but they have a new name. Okay. Aquarius. I don't know why I keep shuffling. Okay. Third time we've seen the Emperor, guys. Third time we've seen, drizzle or something like that. Wasn't it drizzle or sizzle? Sizzle. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, so the energy of the week for you, Aquarius, is the Knight of Wands. This is action on action. It's saying this is a good week to follow your passion. Really follow the fire energy, the fire in your belly. And this is quick energy. This is that that Aquarius, Mercury Mars energy that we're having this week. All right. Cautions. Well, this doesn't feel like a caution, does it? The Queen of Cups. What should you be aware of? Right. This is about the compassionate, kind, intuitive, nurturing queen. Be kind to yourself, be kind to those around you, and use your deep intuition to really kind of share that beautiful, kind, loving energy with others. And here is that Emperor. Okay. What action should you take? This is saying take control. Excuse me. Sorry. Swallowed wrong. This is saying take control of your life. Take control of something in your life that you can control, right? And recognize what you can control. That's that's the best way to live your life. Don't try to fight things that you can't change. So take control. Lead a life of purpose. Really, this is pretty purposeful. It's also saying, don't be domineering. Don't be that annoying person who thinks they know everything. So really sit in that balance, but move forward with purpose. What does Spirit want you to know? Aquarius. It's saying that with the Hanged Man, this is saying that you might need to take a little time out for yourself, right? You may need to kind of get a new perspective on your life, right? You're moving fast. Sometimes this card is a little erratic. We're moving a little too fast with the Knight of Wands. But it's saying, things are moving forward with purpose and with decisiveness. Let's come off the path and really kind of figure out the best way to move forward. All right. See the world for what it is with a new perspective. Okay. Pisces. Yes, sounds like an exciting week for you, Gina Fish, Aquarius, and Libra. Yeah, don't be a steamroller. I like the way you put that, right? Don't be a steamroller. Don't be a bossy pants. How do you like that? All right, Pisces. Yay, Pisces. Here you go. Oh, wow. Okay. It looks like last week was really good for you guys. This week, we'll look at the energy of the week for you. We get that devil energy again. And when you see those two people there, they're held loosely in loose chains by the devil, right? They're held by the devil. This is saying we're attached to something that's not good for us. Again, what is that for you? Is it another person in your life who maybe a partner who's just domineering, who's a steamroller? Maybe it's a person who you're just not aligned with. Maybe it's the job. Maybe it's, too much wine every night. What could that be for you? Okay. That's the energy of the week, and the suggestion is to let that go, right? And the caution. We're starting off with a bang here, but Pisces. We get the Three of Swords, right? This is about heartache. This is about sitting in betrayal energy. Has somebody done you wrong, right? These are swords. So this is just you in your head, maybe replaying things that somebody may have done to you. Okay. So the caution is really to not sit in that energy. What action should you take? Well, the Two of Pentacles speaks of being off balance. Yeah, Gina Halleck, stay home. This may not be for every Pisces, so what action should you take? It's saying find the balance, right? So you're juggling these Maybe it is resources that are the problem, the money, the health, the things, but you're juggling this energy this week and it takes you off balance. You see in this card, he's standing on one foot, which means off balance. So Spirit would never tell you to be off balance, right? This is saying find the balance, right? Stand on 2 feet. Stand tall for yourself. Okay. And here we are with that Ace of Cups. We've already seen it several times. We were talking about that before. What does Spirit want you to know? They're saying take heart, right? Fill your cup. Take a new head in a new direction. If something that you're dealing with is just not working for you, take new. Oh, Henry's here at the door. I'm gonna have to go let him in. It's saying take fill your cup and feel the love, feel the energy. Okay, you don't have to be in this space. All right, station break. I have to let Henry in. Hi, come on. It's a good thing I have pants on. Just a joke. It's actually a skirt. Henry, the plain brown dog. That's what we call him. All right, Pisces, hang in there. You can do this. I think Henry is a Pisces as well. His birthday's in February. Oh no, Henry. That makes sense because Henry has to have somebody come watch him this week. All right. Okay. Aries. I almost skipped it. We call Henry the plain brown dog because he's just a brown dog, but he's so sweet. You should see his eyes. He's very soulful. Okay. Oh my, Aries. What? Wow. Well, Aries, energy of the week is the Death card. This means changes are coming for you, right? The big transformational change this week. Have you been waiting to hear about the job? Or maybe somebody asks you out on a date that you've been waiting to hear from. Maybe you get, you win the lottery. What is that for you? The rest of the cards look nice, so I wouldn't fear this change. Don't fear it. Mystic sounds like a children's book. Plain brown dog. I know. Henry the plain brown dog. Who's nothing. He is far from plain. All right. What are the cautions or what should you be aware of this week? The Knight of Wands. Again, action on action, right? It's saying take action this week. It looks like you're going to be forced to take action with the Death card coming in, right? And Death card is all about changes that need to be made, right? It needs to go. You need a clean slate. But it's saying, be aware, take action, and allow it to come through. All right. And here's what we say about what action should we take. We're going to celebrate. This is why this change is a good change, right? Maybe you get the home you've been looking for. Who knows? But you get the 3 of Cups. All right. Toast the cups with your friends. Celebrate. Go out. Really acknowledge the good things that have come into your life. And you have another 3 in the space of what does Spirit want me to know. And 3 of Wands is saying, now it's time for you to wait for your ship to come in. You've done all the work. You've done the hard work now. Now you wait. Now you wait. You see, if you look closely, you see the rainbow there, right? It's a good thing. It's like this is saying, all right, I've sent out all the resumes and I've, had all the interviews, and now I wait for the call, wait for the offer, wait for the bonus, the promotion, the good things. Okay. Oh, right. Yes, Fatima. This too shall pass. Good night, Annie Bear. Okay. The plain brown dog, he's on my list though, because he's been waking me up at 5 in the morning to go out and have a little trip to the potty, which is not fun. I'm not that early of a riser. 7, 6:30, I'm okay. 5, I'm not. All right, Taurus. Good. Aries sun, Odelia. Very good. Okay. Change. Okay. Okay, Taurus. Here you go. Geez, Taurus, are you moving? You got a lot of moving cards here this week. Okay. We have the 6 of Swords for the energy of the week, right? Leaving troubled water for calm. Leaving a situation that just doesn't work for us anymore, and moving into a nice calm space, right? This could be moving to the other side of the country or moving across town. This could also be travel, but these feel a little bit more permanent to me. Oh, Liz, that's when your baby doggies wake you up? Henry's an old doggy. He's an old brown dog. So I think his bladder's not as strong as it used to be. All right. What are the cautions, or what should you be aware of this week? Knight of Swords says, don't be impulsive. All right. If you're moving across country, make sure you do your homework. Make sure you check it out, really. But it also says this change could be coming in faster than you expected. So beware of that. If your house is on the market, maybe it'll sell immediately, right? What is that for you? And here's another card that suggests you could be moving or some change that could be happening. Really big, leaving something behind for something better. What action should you take? Leave it behind, right? This is saying, you know what? I've always wanted to live in the Himalayas, and I'm going to do it, right? Look, you can see Snowy Mountain over there. This is, I don't know why I said the Himalayas, but it's suggesting, you know what? If you suspect there's something better on the other side, go for it. You can do this. You can do this. You never know unless you try, right? What is the saying? You miss 100% of the shots you never take. You know a Taurus is job hunting. Yeah. All right. And then we get the Temperance card. Spirit wants you to know that you're coming into a divinely orchestrated time of balance right now. And all of these changes, moves, whatever it is for you, Taurus, for some of you Tauruses, is going to bring balance to you. So recognize that even if the change was sudden and a little jarring, it was meant for your betterment. Amanda, that's cool. My very Taurian niece is trying to sell her house. There you go. Yes, I see Henry's true beauty. First time I met him, he looked into my eyes, and I melted. He's a very, very, very sweet dog. All right, Gemini. We've got Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. Okay. Oops. Something just popped out. I'm going to take it. There we go. Whoa, it's a big week for you. Okay. All right, Gemini. Wow. All right. You got 3 of the 4 cards as major arcana. Energy of the week for you, Gemini, is this Hanged Man again. We've seen this before. Hanged Man is saying this is the week that you're going to start to see things for what they are, what they should be, right? You're going to see a new perspective. This means get out of the rat race, get off the beaten path a little bit to see the world that you want to create for yourself. All right. Margaret and Liz are our Geminis holding down the fort. John's a Gemini, John Scarborough. Okay. Oh, yes, Mystic Shining. I think animals do find their owners. All right, so this does not feel like a caution. This is what you should be aware of. Bless you, Henry. The Judgment card. This is we have lots of change cards this week. Judgment says there's a new you. Something about this time out you gave yourself really brings you into a completely new rebirth. You basically a fundamental change. You go through some things and you come out on the other side all the better as a new person. Yeah, Henry agrees. Somebody's sending me a verification link. Maybe I shouldn't do it, right? That's weird. Okay, and what action should you take? You have the High Priestess. Okay, this is very interesting that you should have, these are the three major arcana cards. What action should you take is really kind of tap into your heart space, really look at what you're, ask yourself, ask your higher self, ask your inner self, what it is that I need to do to make this complete and utter change, right? How do I need to go about reaching the other side of this big transformation that you are going through? And here's what Spirit wants you to know. Coming in hot, Knight of Swords again. We've seen the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands a lot tonight too, guys. So let's be aware of that, right? These are big actions and big changes coming in too. But taking action and really kind of putting your ideas into motion, right? Doing it. Stop thinking about it and just do it now. All right. You've had enough time in this position. Now it's time to go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. And we're on to Cancer. Cancer, then Leo. Yeah, here's how Henry found us. I think I've told you before, but my friend's mom was Henry's first human, and she developed Alzheimer's. And so my friend already had 2 dogs, and she just put a post out there to everybody that she knew, like, does anybody want a dog? Well, I was just moving and coming home from a long vacation, and I was like, after I move, I had decided I was going to get a dog because our other dog had passed away a year before. And there was Henry, a gently used old brown dog. Very sweet boy. Okay. Sorry, he's making this high-pitched whistle. I think he's scratching his ears. All right, Cancer. Whoa. Nice. This is the first time we've seen the 6 of Pentacles. Energy of the week is generosity. This is a little help is coming, right? You might be helping somebody else as well, but if you've been looking for a little assistance, that help is coming to you. This is a giving and receiving card, right? What you give out to others comes back to you. Nice. What cautions should you be aware of this week? What are the cautions of the week? 7 of Swords. So be careful. If somebody's like making you an offer on that house, They might be making a low offer. Seven of Swords says somebody's taking advantage of you, really putting, kind of stealing, lying, cheating from you. This is the card of cheating. So just be, keep your head on a swivel. Make sure that you're being discerning this week. Your Cancer daughter. Yeah, I'm a Cancer rising. So, okay, what action should you take, right? Two of Swords is saying, you know what, you need to make some decisions, Cancer, right? So they've made you, to play out the scenario, they've made you an offer on the house. Yeah, but maybe it's a lowball offer. The Two of Swords says, let's make some decisions, right? Am I worth more than that? Should I counter? Should I tell them I want a, they need to come up in price a little bit, right? But it's saying make a decision, make some decisions, take off the blinders and make a decision. And Spirit wants you to know, with the King of Swords, that you should sit in your truth, right? This is about strategy. This is about logic. Be logical, be thoughtful, use your incredible wit and wisdom this week. Okay, don't give your house away. I don't know why I'm in the house analogy time, mode this week. All right, last and certainly not least is Leo. Okay. Oh, Enrique, you're welcome. You are in your truth. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for joining us, Enrique. Okay, Leo. Dora, good to see you. You've been hiding in the shadows today. All right. Leo. We've got a lot of Leo action right now. Mercury coming out of retrograde in Leo. Sun in Leo. Okay. I shuffled. Look what came out first. That King of Swords again. All right. Energy of the week, again, sit in your truth. Use your discernment. Be strategic. Yes. Yeah, Amanda. Danny's a Cancer as well. Use your brain. No, I'm just kidding. This Leo is, use your wisdom. Really tap into your wisdom this week, right? Map out a strategy. This is not a caution. This is a what should I be aware of. The Queen of Pentacles too, just like with that Queen of Cups, you can see she's nurturing. She's kind. She's very stable. This is a card of stability and luxury. You have all the things that you need. So recognize that you've got all that you need. Okay. And action should you take, just like our, how was that, our Taurian friends? Eight of Cups is in the same position. Eight of Cups says, if you're going through the motions, punching the clock every day, your life it's okay, but it could be better, then make that change, right? Perhaps you should ask for the raise. Maybe you should, ask that other person out for a cup of coffee. This is sort of like the Eight of Cups speaks of taking a little bit of a risk. You don't know what's on the other side, but something better is there. Oh, there you go, Amanda, Leo rising. Okay. And Clara's a Leo. All right. And this is in the position of what Spirit wants you to know. Now, Spirit doesn't ever want you to sit in your, negative feelings. Five of Pentacles is feeling poor, sick, out in the cold. One of those things, right? Injured, just battered, right? But But this card also says, you see that doorknob right there? You can just reach right up and open the door and they'll welcome you in. So Spirit wants you to know that you're never out of reach of help. The assistance is right there for you. So recognize it. Because sometimes we get into our feelings and we can't get out of that trough. We just have to look up and there it is. Okay. All right, Leo rising, Amanda. Right. Don't sit in your feelings too long. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure and a half tonight to sit with you guys and talk about the astrology. It's sure to be another exciting week. Remember your feminine side, even you dudes out there, we all have a feminine side, right? Accept the goodness of life. See the good in the world. Probably the next time I'll be on will not be Friday or Saturday, but I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna do some shorts this week. I'm gonna document my travel, and I am going to try. I said I will, but I'm going to say I'm going to try to release my TarotScopes in a recorded format for next week. If not, it'll be on Monday because I get in like 1 a.m. or something like that on Monday. So I'll do it that evening. But thank you all for joining me. It was so great to see you all. Check out my the live on my channel or on Intuitive Views channel when we chatted this afternoon. And everybody, have a great week. Thank you. Bye-bye.